just yet because when conditions are right, they can plant quickly. A lack of profitability is leading to consolidation among ethanol refiners. Renewable Fuels Association CEO Jeff Cooper says the mergers are a result of tough times for the industry. Several Midwestern ethanol plants are publicly for sale, but Cooper tells Brownfield the outlook is improving.
We are heading into the summer driving season where we typically see the highest levels of demand on a seasonal basis, and so that's encouraging.
But Cooper acknowledges the market remains down and says further consolidation and restructuring is certainly possible. And Burger King plans to test its Impossible Whopper in additional markets in the very near future before making it available nationwide by the end of the year. I'm Mark Dorenkamp on the Minnesota Farm Network, a service of Brownfield.
Opiates has taken everything and everyone I've ever loved away from me. Everything.
I blew my ankle out and I got prescribed pain pills by my doctor.
If making my detox public is going to help somebody, I'm all for it. I just wish I would have had a warning.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth. A message from Truth, the Ad Council, and ONDCP.
Do you check your phone, eat, or adjust the radio while driving? Driving distracted isn't worth risking lives. Join the LUTC 43 Foundation's 43 Key Seconds initiative and pledge to stop driving distracted. Take the pledge at LUTC43.org. Clear head, clear hands, clear eyes. Click it. Distracted driving is preventable. Learn more at LUTC43.org. Sign the 43 Key Second Pledge and stop distracted driving.
Everyone loves trains, so come along on the Trains Across Colorado tour, August 6th through the 14th, with Inkstead Broadcasting and trip coordinator Wendinger Travel. We're taking 4 train rides through the Rockies, enjoying spectacular sights along the way. Train rides will include the Amtrak through the Rockies.
Or for more information, give KDUZ, KARP, KGLB a call at 1-800-955-6113 or download a brochure at kduz.com, carpradio.com, or KGLB13.
Corn and hogs are higher, cattle are mixed, soybeans are lower. I'm John Perkins with a Brownfield Market Update. Stein is proud to be celebrating 40 years of superior genetics. They thank their growers and employees for their support and choosing Stein because Stein has yield. Soybeans are down, continuing to wait for the next step in negotiations with China. May beans are 7 lower at 834 1/4. July's down 7 1/4 at 846 3/4. Watching planting in the United States, May corn's up 2 1/2 at 355 3/4. July's 2 1/4 higher at 365. Live and feeder cattle are waiting for widespread direct business. August live is now 55 lower at 111.22. August feeders are 12 higher at 149.27. And on start of the month, commercial buying and short covering, June hogs are limit up at 91.22. July's 277 higher at 95.15. Pork was firm at midday. I'm John Perkins with the Brownfield Market Update.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
Ecumen of Litchfield provides a helping hand for safe, independent living in the place you love most, your own home. Receive care from skilled nurses, home health aides, housekeeping, laundry, therapy, and more from Ecumen of Litchfield Home Care. Services are Medicare certified. They're only a phone call away with services 7 days a week. Call Alex at 320-693-7367 for details. That's 693-7367. When you think of home care services, think of Ecumen Home Care first.
With your Mayo Clinic Radio Health Minute, I'm Dennis Stoda.
Don't try to mow the yard if we know you're extremely allergic to the grass pollen.
An estimated 30% of adults and 40% of children are affected by nasal allergies. Spring brings tree pollen, summer grass pollen, fall ragweed. The impact might be mild discomfort or misery.
But if they have allergen-induced asthma, and that training comes through by introduction of the thing that you're allergic to in gradually increasing doses.
For more information, talk with your doctor or visit mayoclinic.org.
Join Riley's Travel Easy Tours on a tour to Toronto and other great attractions, June 6th through the 14th. We'll begin our journey traveling into Canada to Toronto, where we'll enjoy a guided tour of the city. Then we continue into Niagara Falls for a 3-night stay to enjoy the O Canada A dinner show, a city tour of Niagara Falls with a local guide, a day in Niagara on the lake. En route home, we'll visit the Our Lady of Victory Basilica and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Call Riley's Travel Easy Tours for more info or a brochure. Call 1-800-288-8246.
First Minnesota Bank supports Hutchinson High School athletics. Bank on the go with our FMB mobile app. Anytime, anywhere on any device. Download FMB mobile on the App Store or get it on Google Play today. First Minnesota Bank, member FDIC. Keep your vehicle running at its peak with regular maintenance from Crow River Auto, the place and people you can trust at Crow River Auto and Truck Repair, across from 3M on Adams Street South in Hutchinson.
It's the Minnesota Sports Prep Update for Wednesday, May 1st. I'm Ryan Phelps. Today, my colleague from Minnesota Prep Spotlight, Andrea Mayu, introduces us to a remarkable young woman who's helping with a great cause.
We just wanted to welcome you to today's game. It's our Strikeout Cancer game. This is our second annual one.
Fundraisers like this are really important just to get awareness out and raise money in all the ways that we can.
Today we've got a raffle going on, a 50-50 raffle.
I'm a manager for wrestling, and there's a event through the Randy Shaver Cancer Fund that's called Take Down Cancer, and it's also similar to Tackle Cancer, which a lot of schools do with football, but I wanted one that girls could participate in, not just as a manager, but through my softball team, because I spend so much time doing softball and stuff.
Over spring break, she set up the website and got the URL, set it all up, and wrote letters to the...
When you think of Miami, you think of, rich, glamour, but 5 miles away from the beach, there's people who've never seen the beach. I was confused why somebody was in this situation, especially in America. So when I started Joshua's Heart Foundation, it was a key thing to be able to engage youth in the foundation, to help them participate. I think passing on the torch and lighting a new flame in another person to do good is probably one of the bigger missions that I have. So we are each making a bigger difference. That's it, just giving back and producing love for everybody.
There's an easy way to make sure your bike is in good working order: the basic bike check. To check the air, push on the tires to see that they are properly inflated. They should feel hard to the touch. If they give, they need to be refilled. When pumping up your tires, the air pressure should match the number written on the tire. While you are inflating your tires, check them over for bald spots, damage, or loose threads. If you see any of these, it's time to get a new tire. For brakes, there are 2 things to check. First, look at the brake pads and ensure they are not worn out. When they have worn thin, they need to be replaced. Next, squeeze your brake levers firmly. There should be a thumb's width gap between the lever and the handlebars. If this gap is too small, the brakes need to be adjusted. You want your chain and gears to be running smoothly. Turn the pedals backward to test the movement and ensure that it's clean and not squeaky. Periodically, check that the cranks are not loose. If they are, tighten the bolt. If your bike has quick release wheels or a seat post, check and make sure they are firmly closed. Before heading out, Take a brief, slow ride to check that your bike is working properly. If something does not look or feel right, be sure to have your bike looked at by a mechanic. The League of American Bicyclists, creating better bike education for everyone. Multi-use paths have become very popular in recent years. Because of the congestion of walkers, joggers, rollerbladers, baby strollers, and dogs, paths require different considerations than road riding. Do not ride on a trail if your goal is speed, as it's not safe for you or anyone around. Here are a few tips to share the trail. Be courteous and respect other trail users. Know the rules on the trail and yield to all trail users. Give a clear signal when passing, either by bell or by saying, "On your left." This sometimes confuses people, so be sure to slow down whenever you are passing and only pass on the left. The most dangerous part of the trail is usually where another trail or road crosses, so be cautious and yield to crossing traffic. Be predictable by riding in a straight line and signaling when you're turning or changing positions. Don't take up more than half of the width of the trail. Make sure you're visible and keep it clean. The League of American Bicyclists, creating better bike education for everyone. Slower traffic should keep to the right. On that, we all agree. But how far to the right? The legal answer is as far to the right as is practicable. This does not mean that you have to ride in the gutter. You should always keep a safe distance away from the edge of the road, parked cars, and any debris that ends up on the side of the road. When the road is too narrow to share with another vehicle, you should be in the middle of the lane. This will prevent cars from riding next to you or trying to pass you when there really isn't room. If the lane is wide enough to share, place yourself where the car's right tire would be. That's usually about 4 feet from the edge of the road. If you are traveling straight through an intersection where other travelers can turn right, you should be in the middle of the lane. This will encourage drivers to wait behind you if they are making a turn. You want drivers to wait behind you unless there is room for them to turn from your right. When turning left in a lane where other drivers might be going straight, as far right as practicable means you're going to be in the left-hand side of the lane. Riding as far to the right as practicable does not mean always being on the far right of the road. It means using your experience and skills to be a predictable and safe road user. At first, it can be a little intimidating to feel like you are riding in the middle of the lane, but it's actually safer for you and the driver behind you. The League of American Bicyclists, creating better bike education for everyone.
I never had problems with alcohol, but when John lost his job and we had less money coming in, we started to fight. I started drinking, just to deal with the stress. Without my realizing it, alcohol took over my life. My sister suggested I look for help. I never thought that going to Alcoholics Anonymous would help at all, but I decided to try a meeting. Finding the courage to go to that meeting was the best thing I've done. I got help from people who know what I've been through. These meetings changed my life, and they're still doing it. Now I know I can live without drinking, and more importantly, I have hope. Alcoholics Anonymous. If alcohol is causing problems in your life, look for us. You can find us in the phone book or on the web at aa.org.
We never thought we'd have this much work. Yeah, with so many businesses caught off guard by the storm, Reed Waste Management has never been busier.
What will become of your business after a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
A man who was killed when he was hit by a semi-trailer truck last week at Realliance Iron